Good morning everybody, Victor here from Fourchon, Louisiana. This is a bucket list trip that I've had for a very long time. We got the man, Joe VT, and we are headed on a 24-hour overnight trip deep into the Gulf of Mexico after some incredible species.
If you want to catch cool species and knock a bunch of bucket list fish off, Fourchon is the place to go. It is seriously the place to go. And if you like deep dropping and slow pitch, it is the capital of the world for it, probably.
So we're going out with Gulf of America Outfitters today. See you guys out there. Joe just marked something on the way out here, so he wants to stop, do a little exploratory jig.
Stop. We got like, I don't know, maybe an hour to go. Might as well just hang out, look at it. I like new spots. I like grouper, I like snapper. Why not?
So we got Captain Joe, we got Austin right over here. We got Jared in the back, say what's up. What's up? We got Johnny from Johnny Jigs and Adam right over there.
What's up, what's up?
Ryan, where you at?
I'm over here, bro.
What's up, guys? Long time no see. It's been like 6 months since I've been on this channel.
So the vessel you guys see us standing on, we are going to be on this thing, living on this thing for the next 24 hours. And like Joe said, we have the opportunity to catch so many different species. And this is one of the trips they offer as an overnight trip, because when you come out here, you don't want to run back, because it's like a 3-hour run. So you want to make the most of your time. So you guys see, we have jigs, we got rods to pretty much do everything. We got more tackle than we know what to do with. And we're going to have a good time. There's going to be some fish in this boat very soon here.
I don't know, we're just trying out. Stopping on the way out. We're not quite in the depth we want to be in yet, but kind of in the depth that you can catch red snapper and scamps and other interesting stuff. This is in the middle of nowhere. I just had a random mark in the middle of nowhere. I've been staring at the screen for the past, hour and a half. I haven't really seen much. Get him, son. Oh, you got him? Here, real. Real. Nice and easy, brother. Oh, no big hug up, buddy. How high up in the water was that? That might be a jag.
Hit the bottom. Bounced one time on the bottom.
We like that. We like it when they fight really hard near the bottom and then they just kind of chill out and you slow reel into the surface. It's the fight you're looking for.
Got an important job. Get the skunk off the boat.
You didn't bring the bananas, did you?
Give me a G. Give me an O. Give me a U. Give me a B. Give me an E. Give me an R. Here's the one. Is it a gag? Look at the size of that yellowhead. Shallow water yellowhead.
Good yellowhead.
That's the coolest, Johnny.
First one on the boat today, boys.
Oh, he's picking fun of the strip right there. All right, guys, let's go home.
Wow, that's good. Man, look at the size of this yellow edge. First drop of the day, giant yellow edge grouper, shallow water. Man, what a cool trip. This is just getting started. We're about to just smoke some stuff.
Is that the first drop?
First drop, brother. Bounce it off the bottom 10 foot, boom, he hit it and you saw the rest.
So this is what we're mainly doing on this trip, dropping slow pitch jigs, all different sizes and colors. That's what everyone on the rail is doing right now. Jared caught the first fish in the boat, beautiful yellow edge grouper. We're just dropping our jig to the bottom. And this wasn't even one of the spots that Joe had marked. We were just coming out here and he's just constantly looking at the sonar and he found something that looked interesting and promising, and it was. All right guys, my first fish does not feel very big, but it's a start. Not gonna compare to that yellow edge, but it feels good to get connected after running for 3 hours.
Our man did say on his second drop he's ready to switch to an electric reel, so I don't know if he's getting old and beat up or what.
So we got electric jigging reels and manual jigging reels. The boys agreed we're gonna start out manual, and then as we push deeper and deeper, we're gonna switch over to the electric because it's just way more efficient. You can just fish that much harder. I think this is gonna be a little vermilion snapper. Oh, it's a little red snapper, huh? Okay, there it is. So this is a little red snapper. Far too small to keep. There we go. You see this monster, Joe?
That's a monster. Wow. It's a button. Look at the dive. Oh, get him, John. That's him. Come on, boy. Come on now.
John's got a real hookup.
Don't let him duke you. Don't let him duke you.
Woo! Hooked up, baby. Well, I had the all glow torpedo on. I switched over to the watermelon torpedo just because it seemed like they were keying into a different color.
There he is. Doubled. Come on now. Come
so
on now.
pumped to be on. Joe VT. Woo, woo. Triple. Get him, son. We're tripled up on the boat, guys. I would imagine I'm going to be getting color pretty soon here. This one feels like the right species, guys. I am pumped to be out here. I've been wanting to do this trip with Joe VT. There has been whispers around the slow pitch jigging community about this trip here.
The yellow.
And let me tell you something.
Oh, that's yellow.
We do not. Woo! Look at that yellow edge, boys! Yes, sirree! That's what dreams are made of, Joe VT!
That's it right there, boy. Woo!
Yes, sir!
We got one back there. You got keep us
I
on
am
the spot.
so fired up, bro.
Yeah, just keep him out. Keep him out. We're about to. Number 3 coming in right here, boys. Another yellow edge.
Looks pretty devil.
Nice red one.
Ew.
Ooh, big red snapper.
I'm going in the box.
Jared, what do you think, Cap?
It's awesome, man.
Freaking awesome, right?
Johnny Jig strike.
So, Jared, my man here, switched over, had a silver jig on, caught a huge yellow edge with it just a second ago.
Yep.
And then I went ahead and switched it up to something silver and boom, baby. That's it.
Nice fish.
Well, for the most part, people come to Louisiana. They're, so tunnel vision with tuna that they oversee this insane bottom fishery that we have here. I split time in Venice, actually. So when the big fish are on the shelf, I'm chasing those around in the fall and in the spring. In the summertime, I'm here targeting bottom fish, and that's my bread and butter. When I came over here, I only had 1 slow pitch setup. I now have 7. It's super effective over here. My rule is whatever works best, we're gonna use. So if I have to, I wanna have every single person and my mate have a slow pitch rod in their hands if they're biting that well. Because there's some days you can't catch fish on bait, and there's some days that you can't catch fish on jigs, but very few and far between. I would say that I've probably caught more fish on jigs here than anything else, and it's been really fun to kind of figure this whole jig fishery out.
So Joe just gave you guys the whole spiel about this fishery, but you guys got to do me a favor and check out his channel. I'm going to have a link below. Joe and I have been talking about fishing for a long time, and we finally connected. He is the real deal. I call him like the Adam Malusi of the North. He's a fishy guy. We're YouTubers. He's a fisherman. He is a really good fisherman too. So if you guys want to learn, check out his channel. He posts a lot of really good stuff. So we're winding up right now. Joe's not really marking any more fish, so we're gonna head on over to the next spot.
All right, if I catch a yellow edge first, I get to drink the beer. If you catch a yellow edge first, I get to drink
How
the beer.
about if either of us catch a yellow edge, you get to drink a beer.
Sure. Real one, boy.
Coming, babe. Good bite. Big bite on the jig. This rod's been hot all day.
It is a hot rod.
Good big thump. Couple big tail whips. The right one. That is him. Look, if whenever you're ready to come on and get on some bent rods like this, come check us out. GoAmericaOutfitters.com. Come fish with Captain Joe VT on the Sicario. These 36-hour overnight trips are absolutely phenomenal. Some of the best groceries you can get. Northern Gulf of Mexico's finest. Just over here, trying to get all these South Florida boys tuned up on this Northern Gulf stuff.
Oh. Joe, see on the other side of the boat?
I don't know, go look. All right, be short arm. He's in between the sponsons. You might have to back him all the way off of him.
Coming around, coming around.
You on step? Did he hang on the steps? Did he hang on the steps? You might have to come backwards with him.
See on the other side of the boat.
You see him, Joe?
You in the motors?
The way Joe just forced us up there.
You want a line?
Yep. Well, we just had to send Captain Joe VT overboard to go get this giant something or other that is stuck. Oh, look at this! Get this on camera. Shot of the day right here. Captain Joe VT has just swam this thing up from the depths.
Free diving world record.
Wow!
He was under the sponge.
Yeah. Wow! It's always the jig you find in the scrap pile. Right? This is the jig it was in the waste bucket.
Yeah, it was.
So this jig came out of the waste bucket because it's been used to snapper fish and everything else. Threw a couple fresh hooks on it, and we are absolutely pounding on this jig. This is the what, second yellow edge and a big snap we've caught on the same jig. Oh man, it's just money right here. Yes, that is him. The monster from the depth.
How'd that water feel?
It was good. My ears got all messed up. I don't know what my deal is. I need to stop being a softie. But yeah, I'll dive for grouper for sure. I like catching grouper a lot. I'm a big fan of the groupers. I'll happily jump in again and risk my ears. Nice. I love that. That was a big one too. Is that bigger than the first one, you think? Yeah.
I want to give a huge thank you to today's video sponsor, Mudwater. I started my morning with a nice hot cup of Mudwater, and what I love is it gives you all-day energy without the jitters. Mudwater is a popular coffee alternative with an original blend of 4 functional mushrooms and only a fraction of caffeine as a cup of coffee. So you get natural energy without the jitters or crash of coffee. Each ingredient was added for a purpose. Cacao and chai for a hint of caffeine and hot chocolate-like flavor, lion's mane for focus and to combat brain fog, cordyceps to promote natural energy, and both chaga and reishi to support a healthy immune system. Plus, it's Whole30 approved, 100% USDA certified organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, and kosher. Mudwater tastes amazing on its own. It's not bitter like traditional coffee. Personally, I enjoy it with some honey and their coconut milk powder for the perfect blend of sweet and savory. You froth it up and you're good to go. I personally love the taste. It's like cacao and chai had a baby. Coffee often leaves me feeling jittery and overstimulated, but you don't get any of that with Mudwater. And right now, Mudwater's hooking you guys up with a free frother and 15% off your order. Go to mudwater.com/landshark. Once again, get that free frother, 15% off your order. mudwater.com/landshark. I'll also have it linked below. We are in 1,400 feet of water, boys and girls. So we are dropping really heavy jigs. I got a 600 gram right here, busting out the electric reel. Joe says we have a really good shot at golden tilefish and barrelfish. For me, I've never caught a barrelfish in my life. That'd be a bucket list fish. As you guys see, I'm wearing this fancy little backpack. There's a lithium battery in there, and we got this electric reel. You can fight the whole fish manually if you want, but the main purpose of the electric reel is just so we're more efficient in being able to move from spot to spot, because if you're dropping a jig in 1,400 feet and you don't get hit and you reel up, it's a really sad story. So the electric reel just helps us to be a little bit more efficient and get more bites. We got one deep drop rod out with bait, and then we got 4 guys jigging. And the whole thing with this is we're constantly trying to find our line on the bottom. So you'll hear that noise, that's Ryan reeling up some slack. There's not much current, but Joe's actively putting the boat in and out of gear to try to keep us right on top of it. Every once in a while, you know, we'll just keep jigging on bottom, but then we'll reel up like 100 feet because sometimes the fish are suspended. And also just making sure that we're actively near that bottom and we don't have too much slack out. Because when you're in 1,000 feet of water, you have so much bow in your line. And you guys see, even when I'm jerking the rod this aggressively, the jig's barely moving down there because you have so much stretch in your braid. Yeah, we're glued. Yep, we're on. Now she knows she's hooked. A lot of slack in that line.
Yeah, you got a real one.
Well, we got to loosen the drag. I didn't even check my drag before this. I just think it's so dang cool. We're fishing in 1,000 feet of water for fish that a lot of people have never even... Whoa! Came off. What I was trying to say is I think it's so cool. Whoever pioneered this fishery, my hat's off to them. To come out here and drop bait or jigs or whatever it is in 1,000 feet of water. You have no idea what lives here. No one's ever dived it. You know, it's just the amount of diversity the ocean provides is just incredible. And these are some of the best eating fish in all of the world. Because you got to think in 1,000 feet, Up here, the water temperature is probably 80 degrees on top. Down there, it could be 50, 60 degrees. And cold water fish are generally almost always better tasting. Ryan's on. My hit was really light. I had a real one.
Yeah, you had
Cold.
something good. What Vic had was actually pulling drag.
But it's just the mystery of not knowing what you're gonna hook in 1,000 feet of water. It's just fun, amazing.
Got some color. Reel stops once you get this high in the water column, and then you just manually crank it. Let's see what kind of critter we got. We got us a blue line.
Really?
Blue line.
No, that's a small golden.
It's a golden, you're right.
Golden? Oh, that's actually a pretty good one.
Wow.
I was gonna ask you guys if you want to leave. You clearly
Oh.
that big giant gold pile that you hooked it.
Yeah. No, whatever I had was over 15 pounds.
It was rip and drag, so this is a golden tilefish. These guys live in the bottom, and we're getting some delicious table fare this trip, and this is just one of many. And just look at the size of the jig and the size of the fish. That jig is freaking half his size, and they have no problem trying to eat it.
Small, but take and drag. All right, I'm backing off. The last thing you want to do is pull hook, because that defeats 100 feet of line or 1,000 feet of line that you just dropped and worked for that fish. So we don't fish really heavy drag, maybe 6 or 8 pounds or so. There's just a lot of things that can go wrong between the bottom and the boat. Hooks pulling, predators. It wants to really hug bottom. I have the reel engaged to reel, but as soon as I feel I'm wanting to take line, I back off to make sure that I don't pull hook on that fish. But if you go too slow too, they can slack you off and then you'll pull it too. So you really got to be mindful of every single thing that's going on between you and that fish.
And the craziest thing that happens is when you start to get to maybe 200, 150 feet out here, the fish will start floating sometimes. So then you got to keep up with the air in him coming to the surface. It'll start to speed up and you think you lost the fish, but you just need to reel a little bit faster because it's actually coming to the surface faster than you can reel.
Vic is hooked up on the golden red Johnny Jigs torpedo.
All right, so a little bit about this guy. This is the owner of Johnny Jigs, a good friend of mine. He owns a niche tackle shop and slow pitch jig company. Him and a bunch of buddies started it. Wish him nothing but success, and they are absolutely crushing it. If you guys are local to Pompano like me, check out their shop. They will hook you guys up if you want to get into the sport. They are jigging freaks. They will let you know everything you need to know about jigging. And they got a really good YouTube channel too with a lot of informational stuff. You guys can check it out, link below. Hey, if you want to come out here and manually jig in 1,000 feet of water, I've done it myself, go ahead and do it. I did it once, it was much nicer to do this. And you can fish more, you can spend more time fishing because you're not reeling in an empty jig all the time. Okay, boys.
I see your fish.
Tell me it's a barrel.
I see it. I think it's a golden. Looks, I'm not calling it yet, but it does seem.
Is he gonna slide this way or no?
Yeah, you good.
I see your fish.
It's a golden, right?
Is it? No. No, it's not.
Oh, it's a little barrel.
Oh!
Yo!
Yeah!
Another species. All right,
First ever barrel fish.
Now you gotta manually drop.
Ah, Mr. Barrel, hello.
That is sick. That is the one fish I really, really wanted to catch on this trip. Never caught one before. Thank you, sir. Check that out, guys. That is a barrel fish. Never caught one before. Barrel fish on a jig, definitely a bucket list thing for me. They kind of resemble like a deep water permit, but what I'm most excited about, I've never eaten one of these, and I know that they're good. My buddy Brian catches a bunch of them in Pompano, and he sells these things for big money.
Most expensive deep sea fish.
I can smell it.
Take a
I
bite
can
out
smell it
It
sizzling.
kind of looks like a mullet in the face. Like if you look at it from this angle straight on, it's like a deep water mullet.
Dude, when I saw it coming up, I thought it was like a trigger fish. It looked like a trigger fish. Like I was telling you guys, this fish is cold. These do not come from warm water. Super slimy, big old eyeball. All these deep water fish have really big pupils. to allow as much light in as possible for the little light that is down there. And these guys get big. They'll get 20, 30 pounds. It's a nice little baby, but he'll make the dinner table. It's my first one, so I'm stoked.
I want you to think about something. You and I have been fishing for a long time. We've caught a lot of fish. This might be your last first for a long time. Like, you don't know when your next first fish of a species is gonna be.
This is a novel moment. Thank you, little buddy. That's a pretty looking cooler. We got mahi so far, big red snapper, yellow wedge grouper, golden tile. That box is coming together. A hake. Check this thing out. So you guys already saw this, but this is the first time I'm seeing it. It kind of looks like a little eel. His eyeballs are right on top. He sits in that mud and uses those eyeballs to ambush prey. They kind of just bury themselves in the sand. Look at this. Those are some slimy suckers. Look at that.
I'm not sure if he's on there or not. Yeah, maybe he is. I would like to make my plea for a sponsor. Uncrustables. It could be or it could not be an amazing product, but if you sponsor me, I will let you know. No, I'm just kidding. I love them. I freaking love them. I think it's unanimous across the fishing community that Uncrustables are by far, bar none, the snack to bring while you're on a boat. Yes, sir! Let's see if I got a good enough hook set that I can flip this guy, maybe. How's that hook set look, good?
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty good, right? I don't know. You see them, as soon as they see light, right, they kind of get a little angry with you, but...
Oh, Joey, he's back! Oh, I'm driving! I'm driving! I'm driving! And I'm going. Check this out. Woo. Almost broke my rod. Now this is pod racing. This Cadillac. I actually just saw this product at iCast. Wolfpack, they actually make, they're in the Northeast, they make a bunch of stuff for bluefin and big eye fishing. And I've been looking for something like that because I put my slow pitch stuff in my rod holder. And I'm just waiting for one of my rods to break. I usually put them in the back there, but now I have that. That's bad to the bone right there.
Well, Vic just caught a barrel fish on this same exact jig, so I switched over to this jig, as well as Ryan Morey did. So golden tile, deep on the bottom. Guys, we're just getting started out here, so I am super pumped to be dropping this jig down again. This one's going in the ice box. What do you do?
Hello, Mr. Tile. Mr. Golden Tile. Really good.
Barely hooked in the lip, huh?
Barely. But he's up. He's up and he's super dead. Wow.
You know, Joe's giving lessons over here if he needs some.
How to stay on spot. How to jig. Oh my God. How to loose fish.
Rodney's the best fisherman in the boat.
Uh-huh.
Rodney's always the best fisherman in the boat.
Always.
Less room for error.
That is the best purchase I've made this calendar year. I've made a lot of cool purchases, including that reel. I think that makes the reel so much better that by default, that Wolfpack adjust the butt rod holder is the coolest thing I've gotten all year. Double? No way. We got a, what is that?
That's a scorpion.
Yeah, Scorpion. That's a starling scorpion.
That's delicious, is what that is. That is delissimo. That is a buffet of goodness.
Hooked up, baby. I love it when fishing is easy. When you drop your jig down and you get tight. It doesn't get any better than that.
He's still pulling hard. Oh dear. He's surfacing, he's gonna jump.
What is
Monster
that?
golden top. Oh my God.
That's a big
Look
tile.
at the size of him. Look
Dude,
at the size of this
That's
tile.
a beast.
Oh, that's a dude. Oh, that's comical. That's funny. I got him.
Come here. Joe just caught a monster golden. Woo! Look at that.
That's funny.
This guy
Good work, Rodney.
drives the boat, jigs a fish, uses a rod holder, does it all. And ladies, he's single. Hit him up.
There you go. Golden towel.
Look at that.
Big pretty one.
Fish.
Delicious. Delicious.
Gotta be freaking kidding me.
That's a nice one.
Black belly road fish.
No, it's a scorpion.
What?
Very cool. Great success. Very nice.
What is it?
My whole Instagram story said it was new PB. It's not.
Tell us back there.
I can't see.
Oh, I thought it was double-sided. I thought you
No, I can't see.
16 to 17.
I think it says size large is all I see.
Look at that! And that's how we make jigs, my
Listen.
friends.
Yeah, this is good for business, Johnny.
It is.
This one is from the jig tree.
You guys were blaming me. Guess
We were.
what?
We have no self-accountability, I know.
They're blaming me for the tangled jigs.
It's kids these days, man. They just don't understand hard work. They don't understand accountability. You know, back in my day.
Yeah. We should have been buying houses when we were 12 years old.
When men were men.
All right, boys and girls, we're kind of bouncing around from spot to spot. Last spot was a lot of golden tiles. Joe asked us if we wanted to get on some queens, so we're kind of driving around looking for queen snapper, which are usually higher up. But we're chilling. We're in the bean bags. We got Coke Zeros. Life is good. Ryan needs to catch a fish.
I've caught literally just as many fish as this man behind the camera. I don't know what he's saying.
It was like this big.
All right, going a little bit shallower. We're going to look for just a different mix. We got a good bite of golden tiles. We left them biting, which is always a bad thing to do, but we're going for a variety here. That's what we're doing. We're showcasing the beauty and the wonder that is the fishery of the Northern Gulf, and more specifically Fushun. I think I am marking some queens, probably some big giant beeliners. We get those mixed in here as well, and we're just gonna keep on it jigging.
So we just moved up to a new spot. We're in about 700 feet of water, and really what I'm looking for is if I can stay vertical with the weight of my jig, and if I can scope down to a lighter jig, I will, which I probably can. So right now I'm fishing a 500 gram, but I'm staying completely vertical. So I probably can scope down to a 400, possibly even a 300. And what I'm looking for really in my rod is I want it to load up and then fully unload like that. And I'm putting my butt of my rod across my forearm here, and there's a couple of ways that you could do this. This is a little bit more, takes more energy to put it under here, and sometimes as I'm getting tired throughout the day, you can actually put it in your hip and just pull it towards you, and it makes it super easy. So we're on a spot that possibly has queens. There's a chance of vermilion snappers, groupers. We just got, there we go. Yeah. Got him, boys. Oh, I think he came unglued.
Too fast, too fast.
Oh.
Queens have very, very, very soft mouths.
So I just, as soon as I hooked up, I popped him with the electric. Real one?
Queen,
Yes, sir.
loosen that drag.
Woo! Hooked up, baby. Yes, sir.
Let him run, baby. Let him run.
I think that's been like said many times today, all around the boat. Ooh, ooh, he's fierce. There is some finesse game to this. It's not just flip that thing and make it go as fast as you can. And this reel actually tells you what speed you're at. So I'm at 15 right now. I'm comfortable there. I'm not going very fast. I'm probably getting a foot a second, maybe a little more than a foot a second. And I'm in 600 feet, so it's gonna take a while to reel this fish up, but it's worth the wait. It's worth it to just take your time, because you could rip a lip and then the fish is gone. My finesse game is on point. I'm doing everything right. I did exactly what Victor from Land Shark said in his videos, so I should be in good shape. Right, Ryan?
He's the expert, you know.
What's the verdict, boys?
Oh, hello, Mr. Queen.
Queen! Oh!
Mr. Queen.
Yes, sir, boys! Queen snapper! Woo! Louisiana queen snapper! That's what I'm talking about!
Love that color.
Yes, sir!
Never give up.
My
I'll put
goodness!
that color on now. I don't know why.
That hook was freaking gnarly in him, bro. I am fired up.
It's safe to say that Johnny has the most energy on the boat.
Dude! That is freaking rad, man. Ah.
That's the prettiest fish you will catch out here.
Can you guys
It's like a giant red goldfish.
I'm telling you, man. Can you guys come take a picture with me with this?
Hook up on the manual. No electric needed, Victor. Oh, look at that man hooking up his battery pack next to me. Just got off.
Ah! See, if you had the electric, that wouldn't have happened.
Dude, that thing was acting weird.
It's probably a bonita.
I don't know.
Let's be real here. An old son. I got something small. This is my friend, long-tail sea bass, except he's not long-tail sea bass yet because he's not grown up. These guys, when they get bigger, their tail gets really long and super pretty. Let me show you guys. We're not going to release him because he's obviously blown up, but he's an eater fish. So these guys, their tails will get really long and get these big long streamers, and they also get this really pronounced dorsal fin right here. Very beautiful fish. They get a lot bigger, and it's called Barotrauma. When you're a fish that lives in 500, 700 feet of water, whatever it is, there's a lot more atmospheric pressure down there. So when they come up, fish have something called a swim bladder where they can regulate their buoyancy. When you're bringing them up that fast, the gases in their body expand. They're basically getting the bends, something like you could have in a scuba diving accident, and that air basically pushes out their organs and eyeballs. Here's your little science fact of the day. I was making them dance, Joe. Ooh, another big eye. They're cool looking fish. Isn't that such a, look at how big his pelvic fin is. Look at that thing, it's huge. That is a nice one. But that is a gorgeous looking fish. Another species to add. I think we're probably up to like 10 different species for this trip, which I told you guys was the whole theme of this video. Just exploring the diversity of the Gulf. It looks like a mirror. I can see my reflection in it.
This is the invasive Almaco jack. They have taken over many of the reefs here in South Louisiana. But they are beautiful fish. They do make great fish tacos. Amazing fish tacos. I had some the other day. Can't say anything bad about them. Everybody loved them. So that's where this one's going. Taco Tuesday.
Probably one of the last spots we're fishing. Gorgeous sunset in the background. Ryan caught a stinky little cuda. What the boys like to do is they actually sword fish. Since we're out here overnight, you can be productive and have the sword baits out all night. So we'll show you guys that when we go do that. But I think this is gonna be one of the last spots we fish in terms of jigging tonight.
Y'all, I got a critter. Some sort of critter. Pulled a ton of drag, ate the jig on the bottom.
I'm gonna be super happy for you.
Yeah, me too. Well, happy and jealous. All in the same.
Ryan deserves a big fish on the jig. Oh, big hit!
Go!
Big hit!
And we got a red snapper.
This was off the bottom, boys.
Yes, sir!
That's about the worst thing I can say.
This whole time when I saw red snapper in the boat, I was like, oh, we can't keep him because I'm so used to Florida. And I forgot we're in the land of fish and opportunity and freedom. But yeah, in Florida, our red snapper is much more regulated. Partly because we don't have as many as the Louisiana boys, but Adam just put one in the boat.
Whoa, careful.
The sun just peeked underneath those clouds. I was working my jig up and like 30 feet up off the bottom, I just got slammed.
Fish don't eat the jigs at sundown.
I say a lot of things that are not true, except when they're true. You see this? I got rewarded for not going electric. Just fighting like a red snapper. The groupers tend to fight a lot more on the bottom, and then they kind of float up, but the snapper will fight you the entire way. This entire side of the boat's hooked up. We got Joe, we got Jared, Silent Slayer's in the back. That's a nice sunscreen you got on your face there, Joe.
Hey, I don't want to get burnt.
That's war paint.
He's got his war paint on.
Ryan's still fighting his shark that he doesn't want to admit is a shark. Oh, the red snappers came to play. 2. Nice, boys. The highly endangered red snapper. It's a good fish right there. Did I get my morale back?
I hope so.
On the new Mustad jig, hasn't been released, but you can see it works. I don't even know what they're gonna name it, but it catches fish. All right, there we are. Beautiful red snapper. Out of the shallow water snapper species,
Sorry, y'all.
my favorite to eat, right up there with muttons. These guys get a little bit bigger than muttons. Suspended usually pretty higher up in the water column compared to a mutton snapper. And it's always a treat when we can go to a place like Louisiana and actually harvest them, because on the Atlantic side where we live, there is a 1-day season for them, which is insane. But these guys, Adam was telling me that it's like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday they have a recreational day where they can keep them, right?
We can keep. We're a permitted vessel, so we can keep them 7 days a week. If
Oh,
you
you
are
guys
a
can.
state vessel,
We can keep 2. State waters, you
2.
can keep 4
Okay.
on the weekends only. If
Yeah.
you're just a recreational.
but we're
fisherman.
permitted. So
So-
until the quota is filled, it's open.
Where is he?
Get over here.
Where is he?
Come on.
Oh my God, Ryan! Come on.
That was me for sure, Mudwater.
That's vile. Jigs. This is how Mom told me to hold fish.
You hold them Well, there goes my hammer jack. And those things will just wear your tail out. I just took a wonderful freshwater shower and I was all clean and fresh watered up, and now I'm back to sweaty. But you know what? It was freaking totally worth it. That was awesome.
So Joe and Austin did set us up with some sword baits at night. We hung the lights over the side and a ton of life came through. We saw flying fish, gurnards, squid, all sorts of stuff. Did not get any sword bites, but it was just a really cool experience just to see all the wildlife that came up into the lights. And we got some Z's, got refreshed for the morning, and we were back at it. Good morning, boys and girls. It was actually quite a enjoyable sleep. We got a lot of wind overnight. Stirred up the ocean, but it made it nice and cool to sleep in because it was very muggy and hot yesterday. We all took showers, so we're just tying on some fresh leaders, and we can start to see the sun just barely gonna be peeking out over the horizon soon here. Me and Ryan we had a good day, but we did not catch much compared to the boys.
Boys were on it. Victor and I were, I don't know what we were doing. We were definitely trying. We're good triers.
Our participation trophies are gonna come in the mail next week.
Definitely tell we're.
What's up, YouTube? It's 5:45 a.m. We're catching groupers in the Gulf of Mexico. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow for a giveaway we're doing next week. You have to tag 60 of your friends. It's gonna be epic.
You know, I thought a lot of things about Joe before coming here, and they were all right. And I love every second of it.
Ryan, Victor just pulled up.
Some monsters.
Vermilion.
You know there's some grouper down there eating these guys.
2 drops, 2 fish, first thing in the morning. This fishery is nothing short of incredible. And this guy's almost up. Seems like he could be even floating. I got some color. What do we got? Scamp grouper! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Another species to the list. Hands down, bar none, by far, my favorite and most delicious grouper in the ocean.
Nice, Johnny.
Right next to the yellow.
Good job.
So there is yellowmouth grouper that looks very similar to this, but this has that distinctive drips right here on the tail. And oh, here's something interesting. Look, he's got a parasite coming out of his nose, like a little worm. There he goes, he's crawling away. We'll eat him too. We're not worried about it. These guys, they come up, as we say at Johnny Jigs, pre-buttered. And he's going in the ice box.
Come on. Another hook up on the bottom. That's fighting like the right one. I like when you get these big head shakes on bottom. They don't move real fast. It's usually something like a grouper. Yeah. I'm due for one. I don't think I have a single grouper on this trip yet. Johnny just caught an American red snapper, ARS, and he's had a phenomenal trip. I mean, we're all having a good time, but the amount of diversity you guys can do on a trip like this, especially an overnighter, I mean, we got to be up to like probably close to like 15 different species. Really hugging bottom. Yeah, really hugging bottom. Good. And nice and slow runs, you know? I got color on yours.
Oh, nice ARS.
There.
Wow.
He's kind of dying now.
He's coming up, baby.
Yeah.
That's the right species. Yes, sir.
Yeah, he hasn't pulled in a while, Johnny.
No, he's it. That's it.
See that bubble trail?
Where's the color? Is he color? I see color.
It's an ARS.
Yes, sir.
Dude, it's a snapper, bro.
Woo! Both from the same.
Feels good to catch something after donating a rod to Poseidon. All right, guys, check it out. Doubled up with my man Ryan. Where's the other fish? Jared, you got to get up here.
Swing this way.
Come on, brother. We got a triple up on ARS. They are just like these. Oh my gosh, that one just pooped all over you. But they
Looks like he ate squid.
yeah, they are just the coolest looking little red devils. They fight really good compared to other snapper. They fight the entire way up. Like mutton snapper will a lot of the time float up. You guys hear us throw that term around, float. Groupers usually when they get about halfway in the water column, that gas in them expands and they just shoot up to the surface. These guys give you every bit of it, inch for inch, all the way to the surface. More good eats for the cooler.
Pretty sweet, man.
There it is.
Yep, that's it.
Come on, come on.
Yep.
Yeah. Come on. Slack me off. Please be a grouper. Please be a grouper. Vic hasn't caught one yet. Ooh, nice dead weight. Good dead weight, guys. I know. There's like no tail beats. Me and Ryan don't leave the house without matching.
I always call him every morning. I'm like, what are you wearing today?
When we jig, we're fishing really light line. The majority of the time, 20-pound test, PE2. That thin diameter allows us to maintain a vertical line angle, which is what you want when you're jigging. So you know what your jig is doing at all times. So we're really letting the reel do most of the work. I'm not pumping much. I'm kind of just letting the fish come to me and just winding when I can. I think I gave this fish a heart attack. He hasn't given me much of anything. I see color. I got color. It's a grouper.
Big scamp.
Woo!
Nice.
Johnny, what do they say? They come pre-buttered.
Yes, sir. Capt, baby.
We got it done. Listen,
Give me some five.
I'm only as good as my captain, and I got a kick-ass captain today. Look at that.
Didn't you guys just say they never?
That right there is a scamp grouper, one of the best eating fish in the ocean. Almost no bloodline. Look at him. Caught him sniffing the jig with that little nostril of his on the Mustad rip roller. That's pretty much all the jigs I've been fishing is Mustad jigs today. You guys can actually save 20% off. Use my code LANDSHARK. I'll have it linked below. Such a pretty fish too. As soon as I get this jig out, I want to show you. Look at that mouth. They got this beautiful yellow mouth. Kind of look like a gag grouper, just a little bit lighter in color. Got a lot more yellows on him. And he's going in the box. Guys, we moved out deep, gave the shallow water stuff a break. Johnny just caught a beautiful golden tile. I'm just dropping the jig now. I had a little lunch break, and actually the whole side of the boat is hooked up. Johnny's on, Ryan's on, Austin, Adam in the back. These golden tilefish actually burrow themselves inside the mud, and that's what you look for.
Big queen!
Nice.
Big queen. Nicely done.
Whoa, that's a nice one.
About as big as they get over here.
Nicely done. That's a queen.
See the size of this beautiful queen snapper. Absolutely gorgeous. All glowing up. The reds and the whites. Beautiful fish.
How big do you think it is?
16, 17. Something we've really working on perfecting. The Gulf of America Outfitters, Captain Joe VT. Come catch you some beautiful queen snapper like this. Northern Gulf of Mexico's finest. Come see us.
All right, been looking around for yellow edge, and we just got Instabit, I believe, on the bait. They usually bite better on the bait here. We are gonna try to pick some up on the jigs, obviously. We're just gonna pick away at them. Nothing full speed on this trip, for sure. Nothing full speed on this trip, for sure, but it's always way... I used to coach college football, for those of you who don't know. And looking back at the tape, it's never as good as it seems, it's never as bad as it seems. And now I'm like hating my life right now. I'm not hating my life, we're catching fish. Could be a lot worse. We still do have, I mean, a lot of fish for a slow trip by our standards. So we're having fun. Hanging out with some good friends. Grouper are biting apparently. I'll second that. Grouper are biting apparently. This is probably a long-tailed sea bass, but picking away at fish. Oh, you got two! Ha! Three! Oh my gosh, a triple! Triple header! I shouldn't have listened to you, Adam. I should have came straight here. Triple! Triple grouper! Little help. Here, stand back this way.
Hold about 3 of them, boys.
I don't think I've ever seen 3 on one.
Can't make it happen on the jig, but I make it happen on the bait.
Who's that one up?
Really?
Look at that spinning.
Nice.
Yeah, there he is, right there. 1, 2, uno, dos.
Oh my gosh, the thing is gigantic.
Oh, that's a big fish.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Look at that thing.
Good one, man.
Look at he's got a long-tailed sea bass in his mouth.
Does he really?
Yes.
He does.
That's bad to the bone. Wow.
A good one, too. A whole fryer.
Amazing. Look at that.
Wow.
Are you kidding?
Don't see that every day.
That is
Came up with that thing in his mouth.
insane.
That's awesome.
I
think
you
they're
can
eating?
They're feeding, buddy.
They down there chewing.
So you guys see what their natural forage is right there. Those long-tailed sea bass we've been catching, that yellow-tailed or yellow edge grouper spit one out.
But look, the other thing too, so the jig that's been the most productive all week has been an orange and gold jig. And look, I mean, you can see it in his feed right there. Those jigs are mimicking that bait, what they're eating. That's bad. Bad to them all. Cool, dude.
Good fish, man.
Awesome, man.
We need to buy
about
another
as big as
cooler
yours
for the ride
yesterday,
home.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Grouper's off biting. Grouper's off biting. Maybe we can catch one on the jig. Maybe not. I don't care. They're biting though.
Come on. Come on, Jared.
Big mama.
That is all him.
Bigger one.
Big mama.
Look at these things, dude.
They're like dinosaurs.
Woo!
Man, it seems like deja vu, right?
We're gonna change your name to Yellow Edge.
Well, that's the man. I'm just supervising. Look at this.
Another one. Another one with a sea bass in his mouth.
Yeah.
Dude, the longtail sea bass and the last one was still kicking.
We're gonna start keeping those for bait. You know what they look like.
Thank you. Way to rub it in.
Go down here with your cousins, guy.
Okay, check it out. This is what, if you guys see the thumbnail or the first picture you guys click on for YouTube video, this is how it's done. We just got back to the dock, laid out all the fish, and I know a lot of people say, why do you guys keep so many? Take a look around. We got 8 guys on the boat. Every single one of these guys got friends, family, wives, children. Yeah, it's gonna be distributed amongst all of us. We're gonna take some home to Florida. This fish will be gone and eaten within a week. I can promise you that. But huge shout out once again to the boys over at Gulf America Outfitters. You guys want a trip like this? This was an overnight trip, which I highly recommend. It was a lot of fun. You get a very different experience than just running a full day, because when you do the overnight thing, Joe can run to so many different places he wants to fish, and he's not limited by time, which is your biggest limiter when you're out there. And you guys see so much diversity, so much life, and good eats, good time with the boys. Thank you, Joe.
If you like watching this stuff, I have a YouTube channel too, Joe VT Fishing. Check it out.
Second shout out, Ryan's about to hop in, get on the thumbnail game. Where's Dennis? Oh, Dennis is behind the camera. Dennis, I owe Dennis my life.
Are you being serious right now?
That's
Dude,
like
I'm
losing your sunglasses
shot.
and they're on your
This
face.
is the side effect of an overnight trip. If you guys see this video and mention this video when you guys book a trip with Gulf of America Outfitters, they're gonna hook you guys up and give you $100 off your trip. So don't forget about it. Mention code Landshark, or you saw this video, Vic Fishing. Yeah, I'll have it linked below.
Yeah, you'll be stuck on a boat with me for an entire day plus. And I usually actually do film all my overnight trips, so probably make a pretty cool YouTube video of that. So you want to be famous on YouTube, just like my buddy Vic over there. Come on, come and fish. Come to Fouchon, Venice. Yeah.
All right, guys, we're over here at Port Fouchon Merida. We got this beautiful covered fillet area right here. There's dolphins in the background, catfish going crazy every time we throw a carcass over. If you look under there, we've been filleting fish most of the day, but I saved this special guy just for you guys. I have never, out of all the fish that we caught on this trip, the one that I've never eaten or caught or seen is a barrelfish. So I've eaten queens and yellow edge, snowy grouper, scamp grouper, but this little guy right here, he's gonna be special. This is the one I wanna cook up for the boys later. So I'm using an 8-inch Dextreme Max Flex knife. Go right there around the head. I'm gonna swivel around. They're very interesting looking fish and not something that I would really suspect to live in, you know, deep water. Go right there along the spine. Oh yeah, that meat is white. Gonna break through the pin bones on top of the rib cage, down on the other side of the backbone. Look at that. There's Vic's first sighting of barrelfish, and she looks good. Looks like most snapper. Looks like it's got some pretty thick flakes, which I like. In terms of the deep water stuff, like people like Joe, they're kind of like pioneers of this deep water fishery, because there's not a lot of charters who really offer it in this area. People have known about it, but you know, you got to invest a lot of fuel, miles, time looking for different spots. You know, a lot of the spots we fished on this trip weren't even spots that Joe had marked. He's just constantly looking at that screen, and he knows exactly what to look for, the different types of bottom, the different types of bait fish, to be able to drop and catch fish like this. But look at that, Mr. Barrelfish, all filleted out, and it looks like there could be some roe in there. Time to skin this guy up, starting from the tail, working towards that head. You know, I don't think I've filleted on very many wooden fillet tables, and I didn't know how I was gonna feel about it, but the one nice thing about it, your fish really doesn't slide. It's got a firm grip on it. Not too big of a bloodline. I want to show you guys how aggressive these catfish are. We got catfish in our backyard, in Brooke's parents' backyard, and I thought they were bad. Check this out. Oh my gosh. All right, so we are at the Gulf of America's houseboat. This is where we actually stayed with Joe and Adam. So I'm gonna give you guys a little tip. I know that on a lot of these trips, I get a lot of comments asking about flying home with fish. This is what you need to know. You can fly home with fish. You gotta have freezer packs or dry ice, but I recommend freezer packs because the airlines will not let you on the plane if there's any sign of anything dripping, so no ice. So what you can do is you can either freezer fish, put some freezer packs in there. If you want to take some home, freeze half of them, and then the other half you can keep fresh. But what I like to do, you go through all this effort, time and money getting here. I fillet the fish, or we all fillet the fish, then we pat them dry with paper towels. No fresh water. Do not rinse your fish with fresh water because it will ruin them for saltwater fish. So we just got a little assembly line right here. They're on paper towels. I'll take some fresh paper towels and just pat them dry. I don't worry about blood, nothing. Don't rinse it off. If you're gonna rinse your fish off, do it at the very, very last second before you cook them. And then even then I would just make salt water, just mix some salt and some purified water and then rinse them off like that if it freaks you out. But we're just gonna continue to do this. Like this is all our golden tile. We're making bags for our families. We got Ryan, Dennis, Johnny, Adam's taking some home, and that's it. So we're gonna do this for the next hour or so, and we'll be ready to board. Welcome to the kitchen, guys. We got the family coming over, and I am seasoning up our fish right here. I told you I really wanted to try the barrel fish, but we took home 2 coolers that in total weighed 140 pounds. I lost sight of the barrel fish since there was only one. It got mixed up with the fillets. Dressing these fish right now with a little blackened Creole seasoning, a little seafood seasoning. You know, these fish really don't need much. They speak for themselves. These are really good, high quality fish. And then instead of just using salt, I'm gonna hit both sides with garlic salt. I already seasoned the other side. And Dennis is not filming tonight because that guy worked too hard. We were out of town for like 5 days, and just outside the house, a brand new boat is sitting in the driveway. We went and picked it up yesterday, Brook and I, from Blue Water in Fort Pierce. So as soon as we got off the plane from Louisiana, Brook and I went up with Dennis, picked it up, and now she's sitting pretty in the driveway. So this is a little compound butter that I'm making. I just have some softened butter, some scallion, more of that Cajun seasoning, and then a bunch of lemon zest. But I'm gonna work on this, and then it's gonna go right on top of the fish. So as that fish cooks on the Camp Chef on the grill, it's just gonna seep into the fish, keep it super moist. And then at the end, when it comes off, we can take all those drippings and then baste our fish with it. We got a big saute pan, whole stick of butter, going in with some diced onions, green pepper, red pepper, and orange bell pepper. This is gonna be the foundation for our sauce. Look at that compound butter, scallion, lemon zest, a Cajun seasoning, and that's gonna melt right on top of our fish.
We were just at ICAST in Orlando, and a subscriber named Granger actually brought us these wine glasses all the way from Texas that his uncle hand blew. So, cheers, Mick.
Cheers, little B.
I mean, how beautiful are these? So cool. So thank you so much for making these. We're definitely gonna get our use out of them.
Okay, so normally with a compound butter, you make this ahead of time, you let it get soft, and then you put it back in the fridge, let it get hard, and then you can slice it, you can wrap it in some plastic, and that way you can put it on in nice little pieces. I don't have time, we kind of ran out, so I'm just globbing it on. It's gonna melt the same way anyway, it just doesn't look as nice.
Just globbing it
Just
on.
globbing it on. Look at these beautiful grape tomatoes gonna go in. Camp Chef is fired up, smoking away. Now the fish are gonna go on 400 degrees. They're relatively thick pieces, so probably cook 15 minutes, I'd say, maybe 20. Look at that. Love cooking on this thing. Camp Chef 1 Pro. for our liquid, let me show you guys this stuff. I am obsessed with this. You've seen me use it in a few videos. Sun-dried tomato pesto. Put the whole bottle in here, as well as like a cup and a half of water, and then it's just some chicken stock. And we're gonna put this in here. And then I'm gonna do a little zucchini. It's about 3 zucchinis chopped up. And I like to put them in at the end because I don't really like mushy zucchini. I want it to have a little bite and texture.
Yeah? How you doing with it?
I'm just gonna add a little bit of heavy cream, make it nice and velvety. Woo! Look at those babies. See all that scallion butter, that compound butter melted down, but we'll be able to baste our fish right on top. Beautiful color on this, guys. Okay, now we're gonna go in with our vegetable pasta sauce right into the bow ties. No shortage of sauce in this pasta. So everyone will get a little red snapper and then a little yellow edge grouper. Here, Mom, you can have the first plate.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Okay.
I just had a bite of red snapper, and I was telling the family,
I thought you said queen snapper and now you said red snapper.
oh shoot. I just had a bite of queen snapper and yellow edge grouper. Those boys out there in Louisiana are spoiled. They like red snapper and queen snapper, but they turn their nose up to it a lot of time because when you have yellow edge grouper, it is life-changing.
It's a little bit of an unfair comparison today because the queen snapper is so good and on a normal night I would be bragging about it, but the grouper just blew it away. That grouper was phenomenal.
I don't know. I think here at Chef Vic's, they're both dynamite. So I love them both. I really do.
Plenty of fish in the fridge to still give to the neighbors. Once again, I want to give a huge thank you to Gulf of America Outfitters. This is what you get. You don't just get all the fish, but you get nice big family meals. Look at this. Look at all those Ziploc bags of fish in the fridge that we have to give out. So big shout out to them. Thank you once again. I'll catch you in the next one. We got the man, Joe VT, and
Put her there, Capt.
one more time.
Leave it in. Leave it in, Vic. Future Vic. Leave it in.